Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Zach Cox, and today what I got for you are the most annoying GTA characters of all time. And despite boasting a remarkably impressive array of unique and interesting characters, the GTA franchise is not without its individuals that are just plain annoying. It's understandable for this to be the case, of course, for a couple of reasons. Firstly, the huge scale the series has reached has made it most likely pretty difficult for Rockstar creators to populate their alternate reality with an entire cast of likable and engaging characters. Some of these are just bound to miss the mark of endearing themselves to us, and because of this, they make this list for this video. So hopefully you guys find the video enjoyable. If so, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let's go for over 1,000 likes on this video. And with that said, let's go ahead and get started with the most annoying GTA characters of all time. You know him, you love him, you hate him, and you never want to go bowling with him. That's right, there's no better person to start this list off than with the desperate, needy cousin of GTA 4's protagonist, Mr. Roman Bellick. An obvious choice, but being too obviously annoying is certainly not going to spare Roman from appearing on this list. Though useful and relevant enough of a character to aid Nico's motivations and to progress through the early stages of the game, Roman quickly manages to establish himself as one of GTA's most annoying characters of all time.
Nico, it's Roman. We should go and get drunk together.
Roman, I'm nervous enough about driving a truck full of explosives around the city.
Outside and inside of the game's story missions, he is infamous for consistently bombarding the player at the most inconvenient times with phone calls to invite them to go on activities such as bowling or playing darts. And though it's likely the players are meant to sympathize with Roman's eternal struggles to achieve success and his lofty American dreams, he ultimately fails to really truly endear just about everyone. And I did feel bad, I want to say, after Roman dies. If you choose this ending in GTA 4, I felt like I should have went bowling with him all these times, but that's why I choose the ending where he lives, so I can just keep ignoring his invites to go bowling and all these other horrible activities. Now, most of you have probably hated this guy from the moment you played GTA 5 for the first time. From his crooked finance schemes, getting beat up by Michael, and using his ethnicity to accuse anyone who has a problem with him of being a racist, this character earns a spot on this list not from his contribution to the GTA 5 campaign, but from his appearance in Grand Theft Auto Online. He is the protagonist of a few repossession missions that become available as he feels the player is in debt to him because he gives them a few free upgrades at the Los Santos Customs when you first create your character. And what really makes things bad is that because of Simeon, if a player steals a car that he wants, you automatically gain a notoriety level. And really the best thing about this annoying character, however, is that in the GTA 5 campaign, there's a secret encounter that lets you silence this crooked man once and for all. Not only is this next character one of the most annoying characters of all time, but he's most likely one of the hated. And this stems from his annoying series of RC airplane missions within GTA San Andreas. And his missions are also some of the worst missions in the series as well, because they are so rage-inducing and hard to complete. And this is because of these horrendous controls for these RC airplanes that make these missions nearly impossible to complete, as I stated before. And because of this feat alone and hearing the name Zero is going to make just about any diehard GTA fan's skin crawl and make you just want to snap your disc and never play the game again. Categorized under the pretentious douchebag section of GTA 5's characters, Fabian Larouche is certainly not a character that many players would have felt much of an affinity for. From his sly and smug appearance to the rather ungodly things he did with Michael's wife, it's likely that pretty much every player will probably have hated this guy. And whatever players may think about Michael's relationship with his family and the game, it's likely that no one enjoyed seeing Fabian try to worm his way into their home and oust Michael from within. And perhaps it's because no one likes to see another person take what belongs to them, even if it's what they don't want for a while. It's like seeing your ex-girlfriend with a new guy. No one wants to have something taken from them by someone else, and Fabian is certainly not a character to be missed once he was off the scene and out of the picture in GTA 5. Now, this next character is on the same tier of hate as Zero, as they give us very similar missions. And this is Avery Carrington from GTA Vice City, a wealthy businessman who hires Tommy Vercetti to carry out a few, let's say, underhand tasks to eliminate competitors and bolster his own success. It's a pretty standard fare for a GTA boss, wouldn't you say? Well, Avery is another character who is for the most part entertaining and engaging enough that we don't have to constantly skip through his cutscenes, but he secures a place on this list, however, for being the character responsible for forcing players into one of the most infuriating and rage-inducing missions in the GTA series, Demolition Man, and he's probably the inspiration for Zero from GTA San Andreas. And this mission, Demolition Man, involves us using an RC helicopter with horrendous controls to drop bombs in various targets of a rival company's construction building and then just ultimately blowing up the building. And this also takes place while ensuring the helicopter is not destroyed by these attackers inside the building. In principle, sounds like a fun mission, and once completed, players are probably going to look back on it with a fair fondness, like, yeah, I did that. And in practice, this was far from the case, though, earning Avery Carrington a spot on this list and making him very deserving of a spot in Pixel Hell. Introducing himself to us in Grand Theft Auto 4, Brucey Kibitz becomes an ally for Nico Bellic, who offers a small mission set followed by optional activities afterward, which are pretty fun. Brucey is a fitness freak and a self-appointed life coach, but also somehow manages to establish himself as a successful businessman through sheer drive and ambition. And Brucey's insecurity and self-obsession are what force him onto this list of annoying characters. As a successful entrepreneur, Brucey should be comfortable and content with his life, you'd think, and the latent insecurities he has from being a fat loser as a child don't allow for this, however, and Brucey is obsessed with trying to prove everyone wrong and that he is alpha and in charge, and this image is regularly shattered though, and players will see poor Brucey knocked down a peg or two on several different occasions. And Brucey is an example of an excellent character writing that Rockstar does. By all accounts, he should be content with what he's made for himself, but living in Liberty City, a place obsessed by achieving success in excess, forces him to continually seek the approval of anyone who will listen. Brucey is a great character, and at times very entertaining, but from the eyes of Nico, a person who has truly built himself up from nothing, Brucey must be a painfully annoying fool to encounter. Perhaps most of you guys aren't familiar with this next character, as he or she doesn't come from Rockstar's main series of GTA games. This is Rennie Fossil, making his again appearance in Vice City Stories. And Rennie is one of the game's bosses that has a respectably sized chunk of missions for the player, and to be honest, they're not very fun, they're very boring, and fairly run-of-the-mill in terms of GTA mechanics. Now, aside from the missions, the actual character itself is possibly the single most ridiculous character that Rockstar has ever created. With Rennie, Rockstar moved themselves from their usual brashly employed yet subtly structured satirical humor to a more over-the-top absurd presentation of a character who has had not one, not two, not three, but 4 sex change operations, from a man to a woman to a man and back to a woman. And to put this in obvious terms and use an example, it's like moving from the razor-sharp satire of South Park to the more obnoxious humor of Family Guy. Both are entertaining in their own right, but Rockstar are far more successful with the former of these two. Rennie is just a downright silly character, and one that players will have not likely to felt much compulsion to protect, other than to advance the story to get rid of him or her. Now, I'm sure you all remember this guy from GTA 4. Remember Manny Escuela, the guy who tried to clean up the streets? Well, appearing as an ex-convict that has dedicated his life to cleaning up the streets of Liberty City, and mainly the Bohan area, to make the city and the area a safer place for children who don't appear in the game, rather than clean up the streets for himself, he pays Nico to be one of his goons and leaves him all the dirty work. And providing some of the worst and most boring missions in the GTA series along the way, he's well known by most and hated by about everyone. Manny meets his untimely end by trying to confront Elizabeth Torres, a high-up drug baroness, and with the police closing in on her, she's paranoid, and in a cocaine-filled rage, she actually shoots Manny and his cameraman Jay in the head, killing them once and for all. Well, that about sums up my list of the most annoying characters in the GTA series. If I left out any characters that you feel should have been in this video, be sure to let me know down below in the comment section who and why they are the most annoying character in the GTA series. And if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let's go for over 1,000 likes. That would be amazingly awesome. And be sure to subscribe to never miss out on some more video game content on the channel. And with that said and out of the way, I believe that's just about it. You guys all take it easy. Have a safe one. My name is Zach Cox, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
Nico, it's Roman. Let's go bowling.